So thanks for stopping by my channel. Today it's time to do some empties. Last time I did sort of the grab bag style where I just reached into this gigantic bag that I've got full of empties. Just kind of did it really spontaneously. Sometimes in the past I've taken notes, I've kind of grouped things in categories. But last time I did it just where I like reached in, grabbed a product, an empty product. So I think I'm gonna do it this way again today. You guys seem to like it, it worked out well. It's kind of fun for me to just have it be spontaneous, kind of like unplanned, where I'm just grabbing the products and I'm not really thinking through it at all. I'm just grabbing it, talking about the products, ad lib. So let's do it. Let's just jump right in. So first thing I'm grabbing here is the Alafia Authentic African Black Soap. This is the Tangerine Citrus. And also what I've done in the past is I have done a separate video that I've posted on Instagram of just my staples to kind of like try to make this go quicker and have it be a shorter video. And the last couple times I have included this in my staples. So this time I'm including it here, obviously. And I'm happy to do so because I haven't talked about this for a really long time, and this is a staple product. I always have this on hand. This might even be like my fourth bottle of this, and it's fantastic. It has really great ingredients. One thing to note though is with the Alafia products, some of their products do have pheno-oxyethanol, just in case that's an ingredient that you do want to avoid, but this particular product does not have that ingredient. So just FYI on that. I have used several bottles of the Tangerine Citrus, so I just wanted to change things up this time. So I did purchase the peppermint bottle most recently, so that is what is in my shower currently. But everybody in my family loves this. My boys love it, so we go through this quite a bit. So that's why I get the big bottle. And then what is also on the top here is the Everyone soap. This is their coconut and lemon. Obviously this is also something that we get in the big size because again, this is like another family item. And this I do believe has pheno-oxyethanol in it. I think that might be kind of the only, sort of questionable ingredient that you guys might want to avoid, but it is really far down on the ingredient list. So I don't use this all the time. I would probably say I get this maybe like every 3 or 4 bottles that I need of a body wash. And the first time I ever used this was several years ago when we were in Vancouver, BC. And so it was at the Airbnb that we were staying at. And so I have really good memories around this scent. So I just love to get it every now and then. Like I said, maybe every 3rd or 4th time I need a bottle of body wash. So I really like to get it because the fragrance just really takes me back to our family vacation when we were there. I'm grabbing, let's see, these are both Honest Beauty Beyond Hydrated conditioners. I really do like this conditioner a lot. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a staple because this isn't a conditioner I have all the time in the shower. But whenever this is on sale, I do grab this. I used to get the bundles that they have, but I found that a lot of times I was having problems with the shipments of the bundles. Like I would try to extend them out as often as I could. But there were a couple times where bundles got shipped out when I didn't know they were being shipped out. So I just went ahead and canceled that. And now every once in a while they will have like 25% off or 30% off, which I find is actually a better deal than the bundles themselves. So if I'm in need of conditioner, or sometimes I will get the mascara that they do because I really do like the Honest Beauty mascara, I will get the conditioners on sale. So yeah, I really do like these conditioners. They do a really good job of detangling my hair, which, as I've said in the past, you need to be a really good detangler if I'm going to use it. And it does a great job on that, and it does a really good job of hydrating as well. And what I'm also seeing here in my grab bag is the Avalon Organics Nourishing Lavender Conditioner. Now this is a new try for me. I decided to pick this up and was very pleasantly surprised. Did a really good job of detangling, Really like the smell. It actually conditions pretty well. Not as well as some other products that I really do like, such as the Flourish lavender conditioner. The lavender mint, I believe is what it is. I think that's my favorite one. I think it's the silky line that they have. But this, you know, for being able to pick up something at like, you know, Whole Foods or your grocery store, like I said, in the natural section, this is a really great find. And Avalon Organics is a pretty good, you know, natural sort of like drugstore brand in terms of their ingredients. So this was a great find, highly recommend. And I actually bought more of this, and I also picked up the lavender shampoo as well. So I'm gonna give that a try, and we'll keep you guys posted on that. So speaking of Flourish, I finished up their body cream in their Cocoa Spice scent. And as you guys know, you've heard me talk about Flourish quite a bit. As you can see, I have probably like one more use that I can scrape out of here. I love Flourish. They're just one of my favorite hair care brands, one of my favorite body brands. I love their body creams. I love their body lotions. I've spoken about them a ton, and I do have a code below for 15% off if you want to check that out. It's not an affiliate code. It's just a coupon code for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, I love Kirsten. I love her transparency that she provides on her website regarding her ingredients. And yeah, I'm not gonna belabor the point, but really love this body cream. I love her fragrances, and I've said this before, I'm really hard pressed to pick out a favorite. I think the Cocoa Spice is fantastic, kind of more for the fall and winter months. So it's kind of nice that I'm finishing that up and moving into spring because I really love her lemongrass. So yeah, she just has beautiful fragrances for the spring and summer as well. So grabbing more body care here is the Herbivore Cocoa Rose. This is their coconut oil body polish. I might say that this is my favorite body scrub. Like I mentioned before that I really like foaming body scrubs. I like creamy body scrubs. And I do like these kind of either sugar or salt scrubs that, kind of leave a nice oil on your skin. But if I just had to pick one that I would only have in my shower, out of all those types, if I had to just pick one, it would probably be this one. I love the combination of like that freshly cracked coconut combined with the beautiful rose. It's just such a wonderful blend of like the fresh and the floral, not too much, it's not overbearing, it's not overpowering, and it really, it just does a really beautiful job, first of all, of course, of exfoliating. That's what you want from a scrub, but then it just really leaves such a nice oil behind. So once you rinse it off with the water, and the oil stays, it lingers, so then when you get out of the shower, you can just like gently, take the towel, just pat it dry, and then you don't need to moisturize afterwards. And it's just a great experience. Moving on to the Marin Bee, this is their honey butter. And the reason why I got this was because I'm still on the hunt for the Holy Grail hand cream. Sadly, this just wasn't it. It was okay. I got through it. It is empty. There was something about this scent that kind of turned me off. It kind of almost had like a sour sort of a smell, and the texture was also just maybe a little bit too waxy. It wasn't quite creamy enough. So I kept this in the car. I always like to have a hand cream in the car, especially in the winter. I mean, really all year round, but really in the winter. And yeah, I just didn't really love the texture, didn't love the smell. I didn't hate it because obviously I finished it, but that is not something that I would repurchase. Now, a cream that I really love that you guys have heard me talk about a lot is the Red Flower Arctic Berry Cloud Milk Cream. I love this as a face cream. I love it as a body cream. I mean, I would be in heaven if they would put this in a tube so that I could use this as a hand cream, because it's just perfect all the way around for your face, for your body, for your hands. What I do when I put this on my face is I use a pretty copious amount so that I will have excess, so that I will put it on my hands. So I'm using it as a face cream and a hand cream at night. So yeah, you guys have heard me talk about this a lot. This is a travel size and it is empty, and I have another one that I am using. These are the 100% pure Bright Eyes. These, this is the mask. I don't have the internal packaging, but I've talked about this before. I think maybe in my last Empties video that I did. I'm still loving these masks. I would consider these a staple for sure. I use them when my eyes are really puffy in the morning, and I feel like I need a little bit more than the Kahina eye serum, which is typically what I use kind of on like a day-to-day basis in the morning when I feel like I need the depuffing action. And like I said, if that's not quite enough, then I move to these 100% pure Bright Eyes masks for the extra boost of depuffing action. Now I have grabbed the, I need to get the cap on here a little bit better, the Tata Harper resurfacing mask, which is empty. And then I also am intentionally going to grab the other one that I have, and this was a limited edition honey blossom mask. So I got these, I don't know how long I've had these. Both of them were quite a while. It took me quite a while to finish them, and actually, I can't remember which one. One of them actually did end up turning on me because I didn't use it quite fast enough. When I first got both of them, I was completely in love with them. I really liked them a lot. I felt like they did a pretty good job, you know, doing what it said it should do, which is resurfacing. But since I have gotten more masks and kind of more treatments, more treatment type products, I would say that I would not repurchase these because I have found other products that do the job more efficaciously. And I would say, for example, the Drunk Elephant Framboos Glycolic Serum, or kind of overnight treatment, does a better job of resurfacing for me. So that kind of takes the place for these for me. Also, I would say the Drunk Elephant Baby Facial does a better job of resurfacing than these. I know they're kind of different in terms of style than these two, but I just don't feel like I need these since I have those two other products, which are the two that are coming to the top of my head right away. I know that there's others, but in terms of just like that real, you know, resurfacing, if that's what you really want to be doing, then I would say those two Drunk Elephant products do a better job. In terms of like true green beauty, I would say the H is for Love Propolis mask probably does a better job of kind of that sort of like regenerating, resurfacing job than this. Since this is kind of that spontaneous grab bag, I did not take notes, and I'm not gonna go run up into my bathroom and like open up my cabinet and look at all the other masks that I have. But just again, like right off the top of my head, thinking about Propolis and also probably like the Kahina antioxidant mask. That is a really beautiful resurfacing mask in a lot of ways. So yeah, these just, I do love a couple of the Tata Harper products, but I don't see myself buying their resurfacing mask again. I'm not even gonna look, I'm just gonna grab. Okay, so here's the Infiori Treat. This is their cleansing emulsion, I should say. So this is a product that I ended up really loving. When I first used it, I actually was taken aback by the light scent because I'm so used to Infiori products having a very strong scent. Just sort of in my limited experience with Julie Elliott's skincare. So the scent is actually really mild. It kind of has a very light jasmine sambac scent, which now that I have used it more, I actually noticed the scent more, which is kind of interesting. So that was kind of what I noticed right off the bat, was the scent was mild, which I'm not saying that's not bad. I think it's actually good, but that was that stood out to me, which is kind of interesting. Then I noticed that it just seemed like it felt like I don't want to say average, but it just was sort of like a milky cleanser, and it didn't strike me as anything extraordinary. But then the more I used it, I kind of became attached to the texture, which really is very silky, very smooth, and I just found that I reached for it quite a bit. Now I have a lot of cleansers, and the fact that I finished this pretty quickly, you know, speaks to how much I really enjoyed this. And then the other thing that I really like about it is that it really does emulsify oils. So I'm actually going to grab a specific product out of here, because I did end up finishing my Josh Rosebrook, let's see, the Herbal Infusion Oil. So this is an oil cleanser. And I'll speak a little bit more about this, but what I really enjoyed using was, I really enjoyed using these two together. So I would use this first, massage my face with it, just get in that really nice cleanse, get out those impurities, and then I would put this over top, and then it really did emulsify off the oil. So I was really impressed with that. And so in terms of would I repurchase this, I really think that I would. It is quite expensive. I don't have off the top of my head the price. I'll list that below. But, you know, it is really expensive, and I don't know as if this would become a product that I would call a staple, that I would have all the time and use every single day and, you know, just use up like crazy. But I think it would be one of those things where maybe I would buy a couple bottles of these a year and just have around so that I know that I could use it if I wanted to use it. So I think, you know, my birthday is coming up in the summer, and what I could see myself doing is purchasing this and maybe Infiore's cleansing oil as a treat to myself, for my birthday. So that's kind of what I think I'll do. So yes to a definite repurchase, but no, I don't think it would become a staple product for me, because the price prohibits that for me. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Josh Rosebrook oil. This is a beautiful oil. I have the old packaging, which is plastic. I'm pretty sure this is in his new kind of like upgraded milky glass packaging. This scent is beautiful. It just kind of has a beautiful light floral smell that's very familiar, kind of combined with a little bit of a sesame kind of smell. Now I've got the oil on my hands. Yeah, I really love it. It's very comforting, and I don't want you to think that it's like a hyper floral. It's not at all. It's just beautiful. I really love it. I think it's a very worthwhile cleansing oil to explore if you're looking for something new that you haven't tried yet. And now my hands are very slippery and oily. I'm just gonna rub that into my skin a little bit. Okay. So moving on to a mask. You won't be able to see this, but this is the Audacity Moisture Mask. Because the print has completely rubbed off, I can't tell you the exact name of it, but it is Audacity. And I did use most of it. It ended up turning on me, which is fine. I'm sure that I used it past the date I was supposed to, except for you can see it says freshiency date on the bottom, which I guess is their terminology for expiration date, but it's not on there. So that's kind of curious that the expiration date is supposed to be on there, but it's not. So, you know, it does kind of bum me out about the label just completely getting removed. I'm not exactly sure why that happened. Doesn't seem like that should happen. This happened to me. I talked about this in a previous Empties, I think, or I can't remember exactly what review I did this on, but on a La Bella Figura product, the same exact thing kind of happened. And these are expensive products, so it just does not seem like that should be happening on such an expensive product. But anyway, back to the product inside. This is a lovely moisture mask. I really liked using it, but I think that I prefer Kahina's better, and maybe even Josh Rosebrook's moisture mask better. So while I did get through most of it and I enjoyed using it, I don't think that I would repurchase this. Okay, let's talk about Earthwise Beauty's Ruby Facial Oil. I'm not going to go into great detail because I did talk about this on my Boxwalla review. This was a Boxwalla product. I really, really love it. Wasn't super crazy about the scent. It has gorgeous oils in it, but the scent just wasn't for me. So what I ended up using that in was dry masks to kind of boost up that moisture, which was fantastic. It really elevated the experience of those masks. So I would recommend, if you guys do have facial oils that you're trying to use up because of something you don't particularly love about it, or you're just really trying to use up your oils, that is a really good way of using up your oils. So next product is the Luna Nectar Eyebrow and Eyelash Serum. Again, I talked about this in a review. This came in an Art of Organics box. I absolutely love this stuff. I got as much out of this as possible as I could, and I have since ordered a new one which just arrived the other day, and I love it, and it's been pretty amazing on filling in this like little tiny bald spot I had on my right eyebrow and helping to fill in my eyelashes, which have become sparser as I've gotten older. Now, this is from Natural Logic. This is the Omni Moisture Cream. This is a sample size that Tony sent me, polished it off, and I've since gotten a larger size. I love this stuff. This has become a favorite of mine. I'll go more in depth in a future, in a video that will be coming on why I love that so much. So the next up is the Weleda Rosemary Hair Oil. I have used this for years and years and years. I mean, maybe even going on for 10 years. So this is a fantastic, affordable hair oil. I mean, it still is on the expensive side. I think this bottle might be around $16. I'll have to check on that. But, you know, some of these hair oils are, you know, run in the 30s, 40s, $50, you know, for a bottle. So if you're kind of getting sick of paying such a high amount for some of these hair oils, I highly recommend this. It's a fantastic hair oil. It works really well. So give this a look if you are on the lookout for, you know, an alternative to some of the hair oils that are getting really, really expensive these days. And my husband loves it too, and he has very coarse hair. Now, this is the Natural Logic Balance Nutrient Toning Mist. Tony also sent this to me. This is a fantastic toner. I really recommend it. It smells really fresh. It's very kind of invigorating. But what I had to do was I had to spray it in my hands because the mister isn't super fine. So if you really like to have that really fine mist, then that might not be the one for you. But for me, it doesn't really bother me that much to spray it in my hands and then press it onto my face, because I actually really like applying toners that way as well. And I have plenty of other toners that have a nice fine mist so that I can kind of, you know, get the best of both worlds. Yeah, and just peeking at the ingredients real quick, this has neroli distillate in it, white willow bark, chamomile, aloe vera juice. So just a really lovely roster of ingredients here. So give this one a peek if you are on the market for a new toner. All right, so next up are two products that I really, really loved. These are both from Face Mask Alchemy. This was Marie's Surfer Girl mask. This was her very, very first one, and then the Mochi mask. So as you guys probably already know, Marie has a monthly face mask subscription where she creates these beautiful dry masks. And Surfer Girl, I would say, was one of my favorites so far. She has since, you know, created some beautiful ones that I really love, but for a long time, Surfer Girl, her first one was my absolute favorite. Her first jars were really big, and she has since scaled them down, which I think is a really good thing, because I know I'm having a hard time keeping up with all the products that I'm trying and using. But yeah, this one was fantastic. I really loved it. So yeah, got through those two. Love Face Mask Alchemy. Definitely check it out if you haven't done so already. All right, trying to motor through these. So this is the Mahalo Unveil. This is a smaller travel size. This is not the full size. And I really did like this balm. This is a fantastic balm. It's a cleansing balm that does emulsify. You know, nothing bad to say about it, except for, and I know this is gonna sound crazy because everybody seems to love the scent, but the scent of this is actually not my favorite. There's something about kind of like the chocolate smell that doesn't really jive with me. I much prefer the Lil Fox one that came in the Art of Organics box that has the rose geranium scent. So to me, these were both very, very similar. The Lil Fox, I'm blanking on the name. I think it's the Melty Jungle Balm, if I'm remembering that correctly. And this Mahalo, excuse me, the Mahalo Unveil were very, very similar to me. In fact, I even did like a side-by-side test in the shower one time just to see how they compared in terms of just texture, how they emulsified off the skin. Very, very similar, but for me, the scent, I just don't really love the scent. You know, again, I think there's just something about the cacao in it or something. It's just not for me. And the other thing too is I noticed that if I got a little bit in my eyes, it did sting my eyes, so I had to be really, really careful. So yeah, this is just a no-go for me. This is not something that I would purchase. This is the Soothe Serum from Wonderland Organics. This was also from a Boxwalla Beauty box from a while ago. This is one that I really, really did love a lot. This is a oil that I would reach for when I felt like I had just been kind of abusing my skin with trying too many masks or trying too many different products, and just kind of needed to take a break from just, you know, using too many products, basically is what it comes down to. And if I just wanted something really simple, so I would just wash my face, use a toner, and then put on this oil, you know, for the nighttime, and then I would wake up and my skin would feel like it had just been sort of just taken care of overnight. So yeah, if I just had any irritation or just, you know what I'm talking about, this would just take care of me. So really does what it says in terms of the name, just being the Soothe Serum. Wonderland Organics is a great brand, not talked about enough, I think, in the green beauty world, very reasonably priced. So if you are on the market for something that is really just going to take care of your skin, if you have sensitive skin, give this a peek, because I had great luck with it, and I definitely recommend Wonderland Organics. All right, this is a facial cleanser that I really love. This is the Kahina facial cleanser, and it's kind of funny because I had remembered years ago when I first used this that it foamed, but it definitely does not foam anymore. So I don't know if my memory is just wrong or if they changed their formulation or what, but I think I said in a video where, I can't remember what the question was, but something about if you could only have one brand, what would it be? And I chose Kahina, and I said something about their facial cleanser foaming, but it definitely does not foam. It's a very lovely, gentle, milky cleanser, and I really love it. I don't really feel like this gets talked about enough either. Yeah, I could use this frequently and be very, very happy. So huge raves for the facial cleanser. And again, this, love this little trial size, was great to travel with. And yeah, huge raves for Kahina. You guys know I love Kahina. Another one that was fantastic to travel with was the Siam Seas. This is their Morning Delight. Marie from And the Color Green gave this to me. Marie's the same one who does Face Mask Alchemy. And this was, I love, love, love this stuff, but I was kind of disappointed when I first got this from Marie, because when Supadra first sent me the Morning Delight, it had a gorgeous, just like stunning jasmine sambac smell, but now the scent has changed and it smells to me like echinacea now. So I get echinacea from, it's called Herb Farm. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure it's sold outside of Oregon, and it's like my favorite company for getting herb tinctures. And so Herb Farm's echinacea smells just like this. It's kind of crazy. So, and I don't mind it because I'm used to kind of that medicinal herbal smell, but like I said, I was disappointed that it didn't have that gorgeous jasmine sambac smell that I love. So once I got over that and just gave it a try for what it is now, I really think this is an amazing, beautiful cleanser. I was so happy that Marie sent this to me, and I took this on vacation with me, used it in Arizona, did a great job of removing SPF. I mean, you have to use a pretty copious amount of it and massage really well to remove SPF, but it did a great job. I just love how healing it feels. And you really need to shake it up very well to really distribute the herbs within the bottle. And if you do that, then it has a really beautiful, milky consistency. So you got to make sure you shake this up really well. But I was just very impressed by this and would continue to, I would get this again in the future. Luckily, I have another bottle of this that Marie did send me. So I'm going to use that a little bit more sparingly, not go so crazy like I did when I had this in Arizona with me, but because I was really sad that I finished it off so quickly. But big raise for Morning Delight, but you guys should be, you should be ready for the medicinal smell. So speaking of cleansing balms, this is the Activist Cleansing Balm, and this is one that I really love the scent. So like we were talking about or as I was mentioning, the Mahalo Unveil and the Jungle Melty Balm. I'm blanking on the name for the Lil Fox one. This is kind of in that same realm of a cleansing balm that does emulsify. This one doesn't rinse off quite as clean as those two. So it kind of depends on what your preference is. I would say this is similar to Jordan Samuel's Plie, or I guess now it's the After Show cleanser or whatever it's been renamed to. I'm going to keep calling it Plie. So it's similar to Plie in that sometimes, like if I'm in the shower after I've used Plie and I have the shower, like the hot shower beating down on my face, then I don't feel like I necessarily need to use anything more to clean it off. But if I'm using Plie at the sink, then I feel like sometimes maybe I need a little bit more. So I might use something like this to finish it off with, or the Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser. That's kind of the same experience that I've had with the Activist. So just to kind of let you know in terms of how much it does emulsify off. Having said that, I adore this balm. First of all, the scent is just out of this world. It's incredible. It kind of has this gorgeous, like piquant, mossy smell. It's just really unique. I think it's got basil in here. It's got a little bit of a citrus scent. It's just gorgeous. It's very comforting, yet like refreshing at the same time. Yeah, I love it. I can't say enough good things about the smell. The texture is really beautiful. It's really fantastic for the massage. So I highly recommend this balm. And I'm realizing that I'm getting really involved in the product descriptions here in the reviews. So I've really got a motor on. But yeah, if you're looking for a new balm, I would check out the Activist skincare website, because her balm is really fantastic. Okay, quickly moving on. You guys know how much I love Mala Apothecary, and I love the Primavera Elixir. She also has a Primavera vitamin C serum oil. So I have this little sample of that she sent me. Highly recommend that if you guys prefer oils rather than the emulsions. Okay, so I actually do have, it's the Amazon After Dark Melty Jungle Cleansing Balm. Okay, so this is the Lil Fox one. I've actually already talked about this. Love, love, love this. I would be thrilled to have this in a full size. So I almost bought this when I placed a Art of Organics purchase the other day, but I refrained because I just don't need any more cleansers at the moment. But I am just completely addicted to this rose geranium scent. It's really unique. I love it, and I can't rave enough about this cleansing balm, and you should give it a try if you're intrigued at all. So this is the Lulu Organics Thieves Oil. I'm crazy about this stuff. The scent is amazing. I know you could probably make your own Thieves Oil by yourself if you had all the separate oils, but I just do not feel like dealing with that, like going out there buying each one, figuring out the ratios. That isn't something I'm interested in doing the DIY myself. So I'm happy to purchase the Thieves Oil, although now it is not called Thieves Oil anymore, because I think like the Young, the Young Living or Young whatever company has a trademark now, I guess, on Thieves Oil. So I forget what it's called now. It's like maybe it's the Rescue Oil or something. But I love this stuff. I diffuse it all fall and winter and even into the spring. And I even put a few drops in like a water mister and just kind of spray it all over myself. And this scent is also in the Sniffle Balm. And so I got the Sniffle Balm relatively recently, and I just put that under my nose. So I love the scent of this stuff, and you got to check that out from Lulu Organics. This was the Botnia Daily Face Cream. This was an Art of Organics discovery, and I love this stuff. This was a fantastic face cream, lotion. Really highly recommend this. This was a good find. I would definitely get that again in the future. I finished up a Dr. Hauschka cleansing cream. This is something I always like to have. I've been using this for forever. Really like that. Oh, this is the Akar Lush Balance Toning Mist. This was also in an Art of Organics box. Really like this stuff. This is definitely a product I would get in the future. Oh, and then another Dr. Hauschka item. This is the Quince Day Cream. This is another Dr. Hauschka product that I've been using for forever. I don't really feel the need to be buying any day creams anytime soon, but this is something I will always be happy to repurchase. They travel so well, and I just know that it just works so well for my skin type. I always get great results with it. If I'm ever in need of a day cream that I know that has great packaging that I can recycle, especially if it's on sale, like if I find it on sale at Pharmaca, I have traveling coming up, that is definitely something that I can always count on. Okay, and then lastly is this Numi organic tea. This is in white rose. And I've also mentioned that what I like to do, or I've mentioned this in the past, that what I like to do is if there is a code on VitaCost, that's a really great way to purchase teas, like, you know, if they have one of their food coupons, because Numi teas can be very expensive, and Numi is definitely one of my favorite teas. So that is a great way to buy them, you know, in bulk. You know, I'll buy like 3 boxes of my favorite, which is the jasmine green tea. But it's also a great way to try other flavors if you have been wanting to just check out other flavors, but you don't want to spend lots of money on it. So I decided to try the white rose, which is a white tea with the rosebuds. So this one just didn't turn out to be one of my favorites. It was just a little bit too mild, actually. I wanted the rose to be just a little bit more pronounced, I guess. So definitely the jasmine green tea continues to be my favorite from Numi. If you have any favorites from Numi that you would recommend, definitely put those in the comments below. I would love to know what your guys' favorites are. And the reason why I keep looking over there is because literally my battery is gonna die any second here, so I just don't want that to happen. But so that's it for the empties today. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, that would be awesome if you would join our little YouTube family here. And I'm not sure what I've got brewing for the next one. I've just got to think about it. If you have any video requests, definitely let me know, and I will see you in that next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.